it's Ahme and Katie, and we're here at Pilates in East. We're going to take you through another heated up reformer class, so we're going to have a lot of fun with this one. Here's our starting warm-up position, our little spin bop move. Nice and easy, join on in, relax the shoulders, let your hips start to move, take a few nice deep breaths. Here we go, inhale and exhale. 2 more like that. And exhale, nice. 1 more. And then just standing nice and tall. Let's inhale, reaching the arms up to the sky. Lift your chest, really reach up, lengthen. Then bend your knees and sweep the arms down. Inhale, reach and lift. Linger here a moment, stretch. Exhale, sweep it down. Inhale, lift and reach. Exhale, sweep it down. 2 more like that. Inhale, lift and reach. Exhale, sweep it down. Last one, reaching up, lengthening. Big swish down. Now we're standing tall. Separate the feet a little bit more. 1 hand on the hip. Reach up and over. There's your inhale. And then back to tall. There's your exhale. Switch sides, up and over. There's your inhale. Back and tall. Exhale. Really important to warm up your body to get ready for the exercise and movement that we're going to do in class today. I think you're going to like this series that I've put together, building some heat in the body, targeting all the different areas of the body, abs, back, arms, and legs. And 1 more each way, that nice reach and lengthen. And on up, last one. Now we're staying nice and standing tall. Bring the feet a little bit closer together. Fingertips on the shoulders. Draw a circle with your elbows. But really what I want here is your shoulder blades, your scapula to move. Feel the shoulder blades get wide as your elbows come forward. Feel them draw together as your elbows reach back. Little clicks and clacks are just fine so long they don't hurt. So if it hurts at all, then don't go where it hurts. But otherwise, get those shoulders moving. And then let your arms hang down. Bow your head forward. Gently roll your head a little from side to side. Releasing any tension or pausing at a spot that needs a little extra stretch. And bring your head into the center. Now this is a nice slow ragdoll roll down, tumbling down through your upper back to your middle back. In your low back, come to hang. Let your head hang heavy. Let your arms relax down. Breathing into it. Each exhale, let yourself hang a little deeper into the stretch. Easy does it on these first stretches, just gently easing into it over time. Now scooping in and up through the abs, start to restock the spine, rolling up as if building one at a time all the way up and open the chest. Let's head on to the reformer for kneeling abdominals facing the back. We're going to use our box, so we're putting the box on. And you want to place the box so that there's about 6 inches from the head of the reformer to your box. Springs, I'd recommend either a blue spring or a red spring. Then we're facing this way, our knees up against the shoulder rests and our elbows on the box. And before we move the carriage, let's try a cat position. So you're tucking your imaginary tail under, scooping your abs in, and dropping your head down. We want to really create a rounded shape here through the back. Now this is all about your low abs, so that's your focus. Tuck your imaginary tail under a little bit more and scoop into your low abs. Use your low abs to draw the carriage forward, bringing the head of the reformer towards the box, and then ease on out. Do that again. Tuck your tail, scoop your abs, and draw the carriage forward, and ease on out. Now you keep going, but let me show you. What you're not doing on this one is pulling forward overtly from your legs or pulling forward overtly from the arms. The arms and legs will have to be strong and stable, but the drawing the carriage forward is coming from the low tummy right here. And this is one of those exercises where you'll know when you've got it right because it'll be really hard. So if you're very challenged to pull forward from the abs, you're really feeling them, you found the right focus for the exercise. If you haven't, keep exploring and experimenting until you have that aha moment. Now draw the head of the reformer forward to touch the box. Stay there. 3 breaths, scooping the abs in a little bit deeper, a little bit stronger with each breath, tucking that tail a little bit more, and then ease on out. Walk your hands to the side. So you've got a little side bend or lateral flexion of the spine. Now it's the same exercise, just tip to the side. Tuck the tail, scoop the abs, round through the back to draw forward. Ease on out. You'll notice a little shift in the focus on the obliques. Warming up those abs, connecting in with your powerhouse, with your core. Now draw that carriage forward, head of the reformer touches the box. Scoop and tuck a little bit more, 3 breaths. Each exhale, you scoop into those abs a little stronger. And then ease on out. Walk yourself over to the other side. Tuck your tail, scoop your abs, draw it forward, and then ease on out. Tuck, scoop, draw it forward, ease on out. There is a strength in your upper body to hold stability, but think of pulling forward from the abs, especially the low abs is the target. Now draw that carriage forward, bring the head of the reformer to the box, stay, 3 breaths. Each exhale, it's right here. I'm scooping in. I'm tucking under that much more. And then ease on out. Now the box is going to go away. And we're headed onto the carriage for a variation of supine arms that I call the rock star abs. The springs on this is red, yellow, or red, blue, which will be harder. You could also go as low as a red, which would be your easier option. You'll lay on your back, pick up your loops. We hold the little loops for the hands here, and then lift the legs to tabletop. Now we're drawing the arms down to the hips and returning the arms to chest height. So you always keep a little tension in the loops. Legs are in tabletop. Slip your knees a little further away from you to create more challenge. Now this first move is the easiest of the 4. There's 4. And so it's your opportunity to kind of go through your checklist to make sure your abs are connected, you're breathing into your back and sides, and you have that nice rhythm and flow. Now we're going to add on, as the hands arrive at the hips, lift your head and curl forward. Set your head down as the arms come up and curl forward. Adding on again as you curl forward, extend the legs long and then bend as you return. Extending long, bend as you return. You're really scooping into those abs, reaching into the ropes. Now on the next one, you'll stay curled up with the legs extended long, arms and legs open and close. Open and close. Oh, it's getting a little bit harder now. Really scooped into that tummy, reaching into the ropes when they come to your thighs. And then the last move, backstroke, arms and legs come up, circle and curl it forward. Arms and legs up, circle and curl it forward. Whew, getting a little bit more dynamic, a little bit more challenge. One more time, we'll take a little break and lower everything down. Wow. Take a moment, regroup, set yourself up. We're going through the same series again. That was 4 moves, and we'll do each of them 5 times. Legs to tabletop, hands to the hips. This was the easy one, remember? Kind of a supine arms. Finding your breath in your core. Now we add the ab curl and extend the arms and legs long, kind of looks like a hundreds position. Ease it down. Reach up, or it's like we're going into coordination. Reach. Yes. Now hold yourself up there, nice and strong, arms and legs open and close. Kind of a starfish or iron cross. And then backstroke, arms and legs go up, circle around. There's one. Arms and legs up, circle around. There's two. Here's three. And four. Last one. And then arms up, head down, and feet find the bar. Congratulations. Store those loops. Sit on up to change your springs for footwork. I recommend 3 springs. 3 red is typical for me, but you can vary which ones they are. More springs that you put on, and the heavier springs, the harder it is. We're starting in the V shape, all 10 toes on the bar, pressing out and in, feeling for that lengthening of the body. Finding the touch point of all 10 toes. Can you find your big toe, the second toe, the third, the fourth, and even that little baby toe finds its spot. 2 more. Then prehensile, this is a parallel foot, and you're curving your foot around the bar. Think of trying to make a C shape of the foot, pressing out and in, as if your toes could reach around the top and your heel could hook around the bottom. It's a challenging one for sure. Two more. Now you're on your heels, flexing the foot. So think of opening the bottom of the foot, pulling the toes back, pressing out and in. You'll feel the front of the shin working. Warming up the whole lower body on these. 2 more here. And now step onto your balls of the foot or your toes. And now it's just the ankles reaching under and lifting up. Reaching under and lifting up. Reach, lift, reach, lift. 4 and 3 and 2. Now we're alternating, one heel drops, one knee bends. We're going to pause here for a little bit of a stretch. Take a breath or 2. And then switch and pause for the stretch. Take that breath or 2. Now going a little quicker from one to the other. And switch, and switch, and switch. Our little running or treading. Put a little oomph or zest into it so you feel a little stronger, a little bit more bounce in those feet. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Easy does it. Bring the carriage in. Come on up. Now we're going to place our box on. We're dropping the spring down for swan or a back extension. Usually I recommend a red or a blue. Actually today, Katie, let's go with the blue. So the blue spring is a little lighter, and it'll work well with the variations we're going to try today. So we place the box on in our long box position, and then we're on our chest, on our tummy, on the box. Slide the carriage out. Oops, I got an extra spring there to long arms. Now today, let's just keep the arms long, reach the legs long. And this first version of swan, lifting the chest and lowering, will be a warm-up move for our back extension. Lifting and lowering, exploring, arching the back. Think of moving through the upper back, to the middle back, to the low back. You can take this slower. You don't have to lift as high. Make sure there's energy in your legs and a little hug to the low abs so your back has some support. You can even pause or linger at a spot, hold there for a few breaths, enjoying that stretch, working into it. One more time, warming up this move. Now I have a challenge for you next. Legs reach long, low abs pull in. Lift your chest to a sustainable height. So I'm thinking about 60% of your normal maximum. And you're going to keep your chest lifted there. Reach your legs long. Lift your legs so you feel your thighs getting lighter on the box. So your chest stays lifted, your thighs stay lifted. You'll bend your knees to cross the ankles and reach long. Bend to cross, reach long. Bend to cross, reach long. One more time. And let's lower everything down. Take a little break, shake it out. We'll give that a go a second time. It's kind of a fun variation on the grasshopper. Let's try that again. Reach out long, lift the chest 60%. Reach the legs, lift the legs. Keeping the chest lifted, keeping your thighs lifted. There should be a lot of energy in your back body right now. Bend to cross, reach it out. Bend across, reach it out. Bend across, reaching long. Last one. And lower and release. Now we're headed into a back and arm strengthening series called breaststroke. Slide off your box a second and drop your foot bar down out of the way. You can keep the blue spring. You could go as high as a red. So either a single red or single blue. I'm going to keep my single blue. Then you pick up your loops, and here's a nice way to get on. Lean forward, pull the loops to the front corner of your box, and then step yourself right up onto the box. It's the same positioning we set up before. The low ribs are on the box. The upper half of the chest is off the box. Now you can hold your big loops or your little loops here. The little loops will make your spring feel tighter, and the big loops will make it feel a little looser. Reach the legs long, abs in, starting with reaching overhead. Reach and bring it in. Nice and strong through the torso, supporting the back with the abs. And the arms track just a little bit in front of you. So as I gaze at the floor to keep my neck long, I can see my arms in my peripheral vision. Now we're going to make this into a breaststroke action. So I reach overhead, circle round to the hips, bend and repeat. Reach overhead, circle round. Just like you're swimming through the water. Finally, we'll reach overhead, circle around, but when our hands arrive at our hips, we lift the chest up and pause there a second, feeling the back muscles lower down and repeat. Reach, circle, and lift. Pause a second, repeat. Reach, circle, and lift. Two more like that. Breathing. Finding the strength of the back of our body. Now we get a little rest. Bring your hands to the box, kind of give it a little shake out. And we'll go through that routine one more time. Long legs, strong abs, reaching overhead for 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now the breaststroke, reaching overhead, circle around to the hips. That's 5. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now the circle with the back extension, pause and hold, lifting your chest up. 3 of these. Reach overhead, circle, pause, and lift the chest up. One more time. Reach overhead, circle, and lift the chest up. Hands come to the front edge of the box. You'll step to the side. Secure your body a second because you have to control the return. Nice. Now, loop your hooks for a second. Let's talk springs. We're going to end up on our chest facing this way with pulling straps. So, similar spring, you could pick just the blue or just a red. I'm going to stick with my blue. On your chest facing this way now, it's a very similar setup. You unhook your loops and walk your hands up the rope. So your arms are a little more extended. Legs reach long and strong, abs draw in. Now you pull the ropes just past the track to your hips and then ease on down. Repeat. Now what you'll notice here is there's strength in your legs. You're really reaching long and strong. That hug to the abs. Eyes looking down at the floor to keep the back of the neck long. And as the hands arrive at the hips, the chest is open. You're really widening through the collarbones, wrapping the shoulders around to the back of the body. Now add a back extension into this. So you're lifting the chest up when the hands arrive at the hips. Lifting up through the chest. Now eyes will gaze a little bit further forward, just to the back edge of your reformer. Being cautious on this one not to overdo the neck. This is very common, try not to do that. The head does lift a little to match the spine. Nice, one more. Yes, now bring your arms to your hips and stay. Keep the chest down or straight here. And now it's a bend and straighten of the elbows. Chest is wide, shoulders back. Nice neutral spine, so you're gazing at the floor on this one. We're going to build a little bit more heat into the backs of the arms. I'm already feeling it. 4 more. Now keep your arms straight, right at your hips. Wrap those shoulders around the back. Reach into the ropes. Try to stretch longer. Elbows a little straighter. Wrists straight. Chest open. Holding for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Ease it forward. Yep, that was some nice heat. Hook your loops and step on off. Now we're turning the box to short box abs. Set yourself up. All the springs go on for this one. And come to sitting on the box, hooking your feet. Sit nice and tall, that little bit of space. Arms start up in front of the chest. Tuck your tail, scoop your abs, start to roll yourself back. Find that sweet spot for you where it's challenging, but it's in the right spot. It's in the abs. And tucking under a little, scooping into the tummy. Now your hands are going to go right where your ribs funnel into your natural waist. Place your hands there. We're doing what I call the micros today. So we're doing little micro crunches coming from the muscles right where your hands are. A little curl and curl and curl. Now make the movement half the size you're doing right now. So really small, really micro, but a little quicker. Little curl, 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 and curl. Scooping into those abs. Whew, for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sit tall. Adding a twist now, a little micro twist. Roll it back. Come to hang out of your loop. Tuck under, scooped into the abs. Same spot. Now we're doing little twist, side to side. Hands here are to help activate the muscle there, to give yourself a spot to focus. This is where you want that movement to come from. Now make them even smaller, but a little quicker. Little twist, 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 twist. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit on up. To the side now. Come to hang. Now, if you like, you can place your hand on the headrest or the metal track as an assistance. Actually, let's all start that way. come to hang out of the leg. Now slide your hand down your waist. Feel where your ribs are to your natural waist. Place your hands right where the waist kind of nips and tucks in. That's your focus. Now we're going to start with little lifts right here. Little lift, 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 lift. Targeting that spot. Little lift, 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 lift. You can leave your hand on the headrest as an assist or lift it up on the waist. Make the motion even smaller, but a little quicker still. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Now hold, I'm not quite done with you yet. Crown of the head reaches long. Hands come into a prayer. Start to bring the hands up in front of your face, over your head, or the most challenging of all is long arms. Pull those arms into the ears. Stay there. You can always come back in. You can always put the hand down for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Take the stretch. You can reach out over your track or sit forward, lengthening out that side body. Big breath here. And we're switching sides. Gonna give a little nip and tuck to that waist today. Hand starts. Slide your hand down the ribs where your natural waist is. That's your target area. Little, tiny, micro lifts. Thinking of, you can give a little poke to the muscle right there to wake it up. Now make the movement even smaller, but a little quicker. A little lift and lift and lift. Lift. If you want the assistance of the hand, keep it, or bring it up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. We're building a little more heat today. Crown of the head reaches long. You elongate through your side waist. Bring it into prayer. Keep the hands here, or start to lift them up over the head, or reach them long overhead, pulling your arms in tight to the ears. This is the hardest position. Or bring the hands in closer. You're choosing. You can always put that hand down. Lengthen and reach for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the stretch or sitting to the front. Lengthen it out. Tone, strengthen those ab muscles from every angle. The front, the sides, rotation. It's all good. Let's put our box away. And we'll head into some heat for the lower body now. We'll bring the bar back up to its natural position. And I recommend 1 red spring on this one. Choose the red spring that's in the middle so that it's not on the side where it's going to get in the way. Your outside foot stands very close to this bump out, or if you're on a different machine, just really step forward with that leg. The inside leg is going to hook in on the inner edge of the carriage. You're hinged forward at the hip with a neutral spine. Now you're sliding the carriage out and in. I like my heel on the carriage on this one, but if a different part of your foot feels more natural for you, you can do that. The standing knee is fairly straight. There might be a slight bend to the knee so that you're not locking it out. And then once you get used to the motion, reduce how much you're relying on the bar. I do want you to keep your hands on the bar. I just don't want you to lean and brace a lot into it. So they're more of a place keeper than helping you stay up. What you'll notice is you'll work more in the standing leg the less you use the bar. Yeah, this one builds a little heat in the buns. And we go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on home. Now turn a quarter turn. So everything shifts a little on an angle. One elbow will end up a little more bent than the other, and your foot's kind of on the side now. Now you slide out to the side. Same idea here. The standing leg is mostly straight, maybe a little bend. Less reliance on the bar as possible. If that one red spring is a little bit too much, drop down to the blue. And we've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it home. Now we're doing jackrabbit. 2 red springs. Shift your weight back after you lift your knees off. Hold your upper body where it is and pump the carriage in and out, holding the upper body stable, pulling the knees up under your chest before driving them back. So it's in, push, push. We're 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We've got the other side to do. 1 red spring. Standing foot on the outside steps quite generously forward. Inside foot is on the heel. Standing leg is fairly straight, and then less reliance on the hands. You're going to have some toned buns after this series. Nice rhythm and flow, and some good heat. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Quarter turn. Everything turns. You'll put the edge of the foot there. Now you're pressing out on an angle. You'll feel both hips getting worked here, both right here on the upper and in the same spot on the lower for stability. Less pressure into the hands challenges that standing leg that much more. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, you got it. Come on home. Jackrabbit, one more time. This is our final blast for today, so hang in with us. Little tip on jackrabbit, the higher your knees are, the easier. The lower your knees are, the harder. Pressing out and in, challenging yourself to go lower, holding the upper body stable. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You did it. All right, 1 red spring. I've got 2 stretches for you guys. First one's monkey. Your feet on the bar and your hands on the bar. Walk your hips forward as far as you go, and then straightening the legs or getting them as straight as they go. Now when you get here, if you're like, wow, that's just a little too much for me, you can move your feet lower, you could grab your bar, you could use the wood. So feel free to get a little creative, make it feel good for you. Otherwise, pressing out, working into that stretch, pulling with your arms to feel the stretch, maybe playing with the ankles, reaching under and lifting, maybe even alternating them. Take a few nice deep breaths. You can lean. You can hear I'm breathing. And then ease all the way in. All the springs go on. This secures our carriage. And then we're facing the back for our lunge today. The ball of the foot is on the bar, the knee down on the carriage. I like to grab hold of my shoulder rest, take a big jump step forward, creating a lunge, lifting the chest, opening through the hip. You're more than welcome to keep that hand on the shoulder rest to assist, or lift both arms up into the air. Opening the hip, lifting through the chest, opening that whole front line. Together we take a nice big inhale and exhale, folding forward. Ease yourself on out. Take the walk to the other side. So you kind of prop your foot up on the foot bar, and your knee drops down. Hands come forward to that shoulder rest. Take a big step forward, and take your time to set yourself up in a really nice lunging stretch. Squaring up your hips, making any little adjustments you need to find that really nice stretch for you. Arms come up only if you want. Opening the hip, then lifting through the chest. Open that whole front line of the body. Easy shoulders. Together we take that breath, inhale, and exhale, folding forward. Step on down. Come to standing next to your machine, nice and tall. Open chest. Find that balance in your feet. That openness through the chest, that tall, lifted, buoyant spine. The head just floats into position. Together we take our nice deep breath. As you exhale, big sigh. Oh, hallelujah, we made it. That was a good one. Did you guys feel the heat at home? Because I know we did here. We'll see you next time. Bye.